Right, I am doing a few uh, stencil studies. Oh, they're just playing with stencils, really. And it is quite fun to play with art materials. You're still considering the same things as you would with traditional painting, like composition and colour and uh, harmony, balance, whatever you're looking at, even though you're using a stencil. And some people think, oh, that's a bit cheating, but it's not really. Uh, it's just a different way of making. So, yeah, that's what I'm having fun with at the moment, making stuff. You still want to consider your palette, how it all works together in terms of colour harmony and balance. And I'm up to my third one now. Third one of these. Let's get a bit more green in there. For there. I'm using some relatively old, what's the brand? Dowler Roundley acrylics. I've got a whole lot of colours that I've never ever used. I mean, I don't know if you're like that, but I just have a ton of them that have sat in the box. So I thought, oh, well, this is a chance to use some of those colours. This is only the beginning. Most of these works take about 3 layers to build up. And you're just experimenting as you go. Good thing about acrylic is that you can paint over all the time. So I tend to work with about 4 colours on my palette and then just keep mixing them, and that creates a bit of a harmony within the mixed media work. Yeah, so don't shy away from using stencils. It's always good to draw from life, paint from life, but sometimes it's quite nice to just have a little bit of a play. What can you create with these stencils? And you'll see my other ones on YouTube Shorts, my other stencil studies that I've done. And we'll see how this starts to evolve. So as I said, there's at least 3 to 4 layers in these stencil works. Oh, that's looking quite nice, quite like that, with a bit of the iris happening. And then I might work around that a bit. Oh no, I'm going to leave that. I quite like this, what's happening in here. Yeah, you often find when you're working that you can sometimes overwork things as you're going along, and you've got to leave it and then go back to it once you've done it. So we'll put a few of these sort of wavy shapes in. And down here I sort of started with almost like Monet type lily shapes, quite like, because I'm a bit of a Monet fan. I know he's old and whatever, but his big semi-abstract water lilies are just divine in terms of the way the paint works. Using phthalo blue, just scrumbling in with the brush, seeing how that works, trying to get a bit tonal. A bit darker there around the edge. And then I want to overlap that. Just go softly when it's going over another area. Scrumble in. I'm not worried of these bleeding underneath it either, because it sort of adds to the painterly effect of it. Oh, yep, that's starting to work. And I'm going to take that and just move it along a bit and keep repeating that pattern. So sometimes you're quite delicate with the dry brush on top, and other times you're using thicker paint. And I guess this is all a little bit similar to my Secret Garden series that I've been working on, which you can also see in my channel shorts, the Secret Garden series that I'm working on at the moment, or have been. And I hope maybe they find an exhibition somewhere. Won't be this year, but next year, because I've already got a couple in the frame and they're looking quite nice in terms of interest, colour, shape, form. Yeah, and don't be worried about it being using a stencil, because really, if everyone had the same 3 stencils, they'd all come out quite different. Let's have a look how that one's looking. Yep, starting to take shape, and we better just put something in the middle there so it doesn't look too disjointed. Thing is not to use too many colours so that the whole thing ties together. Working on just a piece of card for this one because I needed a bit of strength for it. There we go. Oh, it's looking quite nice. Quite like it. Don't want to take away from in here because that's quite nice what's happening there. Don't want to fiddle around with that too much. So we'll leave that for the moment. And think about, I wonder if that would look good up that way. So again, you're still looking at composition, horizontal, verticals, eye travelling through, focal point. It almost looks like a landscape in the background, doesn't it, with those shapes? Yeah. So let's just take a look at that. If I have the landscape about, if we work on thirds, that's an old compositional idea that a lot of people work thirds when they're working in a landscape or any other composition, to work thirds of your picture space. It's quite useful. So we're now just looking at exploring that area at the back. Keep going with the green and just add a bit of that colour that hopefully combines it. I'm trying to use different brushes for each one. Using acrylic, of course, dries like nothing else. Dries before you can even, have it half finished. I want to put more of that colour in there just to... It's always surprising how a stencil work. I mean, stencil is definitely part of graffiti and all that tradition. But you can use it however you want to use it. Spray paint, brush in, cut them up, rearrange it. Hello! Yes, I'm just experimenting, playing with paint, playing with colour, seeing how things go. It's quite nice as for quick studies. Yeah. I went plein air painting on Sunday, which is always great fun. That is painting outside. So you keep all those things going. Don't limit yourself to one thing sometimes. Right, you want to add a bit of tone in there so that when you lift it, it's got that, tonal thing happening. So I'll paint over this once I've got the initial stencil aspects put in. Right, a bit darker this time. I'm not worried if it doesn't match up either, which is good. You want times in your art to just play. Play, play, play. Oh, thanks, Mimi. We will get some long form videos up and running. These are just when I feel the moment coming when I'm in the studio. So, yeah. Oops, I'm on a bit of an angle. I'm going to have to shift that. And I don't care if it smudges. It's okay to have it slightly not in line, because I will paint over them. And as I said, you can look back at my shorts and see some of the other stencil work I've been doing. Oh, that's looking quite nice. Quite like it. Yeah. So although it seems sort of a, you know, kids use stencil, you can actually use it as the start for a, quite a nice wee painting to put together. Using phthalo blue. Right, I'm just going to start to paint over. This is only the first layer of about 4 layers that will work into this study. Using quite a lot of scrumbling technique. Thanks, Mimi. I will keep it up. It's what I do, full-time artist, so I have to keep it up, keep it going. Got work going in an art show, group show. Thursday I'll put that work in the group show. Always good going in group shows. And I've got 2 art shows booked for next year already. So that's good too. And now just so we're just mapping out really. Starting, exploring. Compositionally, thirds, focal point down here. Sort of a bit like the golden section. Working quite quickly because it is acrylic and it dries just about when it's on the brush. I don't use any slow drying mediums. And what do I want to do there? I don't want to go with that. Got to be careful there. Sometimes I'll do this underpainting and then go over again with a stencil. It's quite nice to do that. And I need something here, but I don't want to take away from this because this is the focal point and I want to keep that. But it definitely needs something added, and it might just be a little bit of lightening up, which I'm doing now. So we're after interest, we're after colour, we're after a bit of texture, we're after a bit of movement with the brush. We're not aiming to show realism. We're just exploring paint, colour, shape, and seeing how that goes. Quite a nice start for this one. Yeah, so you're making decisions all the time. I think that's the other thing. Sometimes think, oh, just a stencil, so what? But you are making decisions as you're doing it. Right, there we go. Let's go in there. Okay, so that's my taster of live today. Thank you for joining me on short notice. Always appreciate it. I'll let you know when I'm going live a little bit more on, if you've subscribed, I'll let people know next time I'm going live, because I'm way down in New Zealand. We have a different time zone down here. So it's Monday night here. I'm not sure what it is where you are, but Monday night in New Zealand. That texture's really nice, isn't it? You can draw that out. Yeah. Hooray! More than one person. Hooray! It's all good. All good. And the other thing I'll put up today is I DJ'd at a party on the weekend. So I'll pop up some of my DJ gear that I used on the weekend for that party. For those people who follow that gear of mine, I use old gear anyway. I don't use too much new stuff. Yeah. Right. Okay, that's it for today. Just a quick snapshot of this stencil work. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time, hopefully. I hope things are good where you are. We'll see you next time. Bye.